Let us understand what is mind and subconscious mind. Okay. So if we could represent our mind as a circle, this is how it would look. Our mind and the conscious mind, 10% of our mind, a small portion, and the subconscious mind, which is very huge in comparison to the conscious mind, almost 90%. So 10% of conscious mind, very small, 90% of unconscious mind or subconscious mind. Now here, unconscious mind and subconscious mind both are same. Okay. So we may use interchangeably unconscious and subconscious, which means both the same. 10% conscious mind, 90% unconscious mind. Now, what does unconscious mind do? It stores the information which has been processed and passed by our conscious mind. So we have to remember, like a computer. Computer has a RAM and has a storage device. So it has a processor which will process the information and store the information in the hard disk or SSD for future use. So this is how our mind works. Now, what is so great about this storage device? So conscious mind does all the thinking part. It is the logical part. It is thinking and taking decisions. So right now you are listening to me, right? You are listening to me and you are thinking about what I am saying. So this is all done right now by our conscious mind. You are receiving the entire information using the conscious mind. And what does unconscious mind do? Apart from storing the information, unconscious mind is also creative and imaginative. So I'm sure if you have attended my session in the past, you would remember my favorite example. And what is that example? The example of pink elephant. So you can close your eyes for a couple of seconds. So I would request you to just close your eyes and for a couple of seconds and think about an elephant. So imagine an elephant. Imagine a monkey sitting on an elephant. Imagine a monkey eating an apple sitting on an elephant. Imagine the color of elephant to be pink. Now you can open your eyes and tell me, what did you see? I had asked you to see, imagine an elephant, a monkey sitting on an elephant eating an apple. What did you see? You can use the chat box and you can tell me. Or you can unmute also and tell me what you saw.
Monkey eating an apple, sitting on a pink elephant.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing. So Mosmi says pink color. Thank you very much. Mahesh says pink blank. So okay, no problems. If you have seen nothing, doesn't matter. Okay. Anybody else? What did you see? When I gave you a suggestion to close your eyes, imagine a monkey, imagine a pink elephant, a monkey eating an apple. What did you see? Pink carbon elephant. Okay, pink elephant, monkey sitting. Thank you very much, Pooja, for that. Thank you, Deepali. Yeah, so most of us were able to see a pink elephant, a monkey sitting on an elephant eating an apple. Now, I don't think. Yeah, thank you very much, Mahira, for that. We all saw the same thing almost. Now, we have. I don't think any one of us has ever seen a monkey sitting on an elephant and casually eating an apple or enjoying the apple, right? Very difficult. However, this entire thing we were able to imagine, right? We also were able to imagine a pink elephant, which doesn't exist. All this could be done because of our unconscious mind, because it is creative and imaginative. Unconscious mind is emotional. So how do we know our unconscious mind is emotional? One beautiful example is about movies. We all watch movies. Many movies are very emotional. We get so emotional, many times sad if it's a sad movie. Some of us are actually at the verge of tears. Some of us can't control and tears start flowing. Now, we all know that whatever is happening in the movie is not real. However, we are still able to, but we still feel sad, we still cry. Now, why does this happen? Can you tell me? You can use the chat box or you can unmute and share. You're free to do so anytime. So even when we know that whatever is happening in the movie is not real, we still become sad. We feel like crying. We also cry. What is the reason? What could be the reason?
We imagine whatever we see on the screen.
So thank you very much. We get involved, right? So, but only getting involved will make us sad. We start feeling or thinking and feeling in sync. So thank you very much, Pooja, for that. Yeah, we definitely start feeling. Our subconscious mind doesn't differentiate from real and not real. Okay, great. Myra, thank you very much for that. So you are right there. So why this has happened is because all the emotions are stored in our unconscious mind, right? So while we are watching a movie, something in the movie triggers those emotions which are stored in our unconscious mind. And because unconscious mind is comparatively very huge in comparison to conscious mind, what happens? Our unconscious mind takes over conscious mind. So emotions take our logic, overtake our logic. We can't think when we are emotional. Very difficult for us to think when we are angry, right? Very difficult to think logically or correctly when we are in a state of emotional state. For example, we are extremely happy or we are extremely sad. Very difficult, very angry, very difficult to think logically. So when we are in an emotional state, our unconscious mind will control our logic, will overcome our logic. So we will not be able to think logically. And because of that, what happens? We feel sad, we almost feel like crying. However, once the emotions settle down, our logic takes the control back, we are normal. What else? What are the other qualities of our unconscious mind? So let's look at some of the other qualities. Our unconscious mind works 24/7. Our conscious mind sleeps when we go to sleep. All the habits are stored in our unconscious mind. Even our thinking patterns are stored in our unconscious mind. Automatic responses, right? What are these automatic responses? So imagine this is hot. Even before I know this is hot, if this is hot, I will immediately drop it, right? Now this is an automatic response which is controlled by our unconscious mind. We don't think while dropping it. It could be a very expensive jewelry, but if it is very hot and you didn't know and you picked it up, you will automatically drop it. Right now your digestive system is on. You may have had a evening snacks and your body is busy digesting that, right? You are now breathing right now. Your blood is circulating. Your heart is pumping. Your other organs are working. All this is controlled by our unconscious. Our unconscious mind does multitasking. It can do multiple things at a time. How many tasks our conscious mind can do at a time? The question is how many tasks our conscious mind can do at a time. Yeah, so reflex action was correct. So automatic response is also a reflex action. Mosmi says 2. Okay. Any other guesses? How many tasks our conscious mind can do at a time? 1. Deepali says thank you. Multiple. Okay, great. Our conscious mind can do only one task at a time. Okay. Try to read a book and write something else. Can you do that? So read a book on biology and try to solve a physics problem. Can you do that? Obviously, you can't do that. So you can't think about two things at a time. You can only think about one thing at a time, one at a time. Even a computer can process only one action at a time. However, because the computer works very fast, you feel that it is doing multiple tasks. However, even computer can process only one thing at a time because it has got one processor, right? As you increase the capacity of the processor, it will do faster, but still it will do only one task at a time. Okay, that is why they tell you don't talk over mobile while driving, because you can do consciously only one task at a time, right? So even our thinking patterns, the way we think, we all have our own unique thinking patterns, right? When we discuss about somebody on his back, at his back, we talk about, अरे ये आदमी तो ऐसे ही सोचता है. He always thinks like that, right? So that is the thinking pattern which is controlled, which is stored in our unconscious mind. In fact, 96% of whatever we do every day, or 96% of whatever we do in our lives, is controlled by our unconscious mind. Isn't it huge? 96% of whatever we do in our lives is controlled by our unconscious mind. That is why it is very important for us, if we want to live a happy life, a healthy life. See, eating food and watching TV can happen at the same time, right? So while eating food, right, God forbid, if there is a cockroach and you are watching TV, will you be able to see the cockroach? No. So you can receive information only one at a time. So you can now when you are eating food and watching TV, so you are thinking about what you are watching on TV. So at that time you are not thinking about the food. You are eating it automatically. So that is an auto response. That eating which is happening is automatic. That is controlled by our unconscious mind at that time. And you are watching TV, you are enjoying it. That is happening consciously. Right. So consciously you are still doing only one thing at a time. Right. So I am talking right now and I am moving my hands. So I am thinking right now and talking. So this is happening consciously. My hands are moving. Rest of the things are happening unconsciously. This is not in my control. Right. If I speak, I will automatically start moving my hands, moving my fingers, showing those expressions which is happening automatically. Okay, so thank you very much for sharing that. That gives more clarity. Okay, now two important qualities of unconscious mind very quickly. At the end of the program, when we go through the entire unconscious mind and conscious mind theory, we will understand why it is important while we are doing meditation. Okay, and then what is happening to us while we are doing that meditation, right? So that is why this entire part is important. First of all, unconscious mind cannot differentiate between positive and negative suggestions. One example, if I tell myself, I will not have food from today, what will happen? So close your eyes and tell yourself, I am not going to have junk food from today. What comes to our mind? If I am a smoker, I tell myself, I will not smoke from today. What happens? You can use the chat box or you can unmute and tell me. Still end up eating, right? So why do we still end up eating junk food? Disha, thank you very much for that. Think of junk food. Deepali, thank you. Disha, thank you. Yeah. So the more I tell myself, I will not do this, the more I end up doing it, because my unconscious mind cannot differentiate between positive and negative emotion. So it cannot understand not no, right? When I tell myself I will not have junk food from today, what comes to my mind is junk food. When I tell myself I will not smoke from today, what comes to my mind? Myself smoking and relaxing. When I tell myself I am not going to drink from today, right? And drink you can understand because we are close to New Year. What comes to our mind first? That all the drinks will come to our mind first, right? So this shows that our unconscious mind cannot differentiate between positive and negative suggestion. So what should I tell myself? If I don't want to have junk food from today, what should I tell myself? So this is interesting. I will eat fruits, salads from today. Thank you very much, Deepali, for that. I can tell myself I will eat healthy food from today. I will have homemade food from today. I will have fruits and salads from today. So this is what is when we say talk positive. This is what it means, right? If I tell my child, don't play on the mobile, what will happen? Don't use mobile. Don't play games on mobile. What will happen? Our child will not listen. So I will have to tell him or her that study, right? Please study, do your homework. So instead of telling what not to do, I have to tell my child what to do. Yeah. Okay. So that is interesting. I will think about the negative consequences of eating junk food. See, knowing that, knowing the consequences of eating junk food, knowing the consequences of smoking, knowing the consequences of having tobacco, people still have it. Why? Yeah, thank you very much. Go outside and play with your children, with your friends. Yeah, thank you very much. So you are right there. Or read a book. Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead. And if you could tell me your name, V2029, it will be great because the that number doesn't explain anything. Yeah. So why do people still eat junk food, still smoke, still drink? Flexibility to change is less. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Deepak. Because we enjoy it. Thank you very much. That's the why habits are formed. Right, why bad habits are formed. So I have covered this separately on in my session power of habit. When I have it next, don't miss that session, right? Very important, because habits are controlled by our unconscious mind. 96% of whatever we do is controlled by our unconscious mind. Habits are a huge part of our lives, right? My mind wants it because I enjoy it. See, eating junk food, drinking, smoking gives you immediate pleasure, and the consequences will happen after some time, right? You don't become fat now, you become fat after 4 5 years. You smoke now, you get cancer after 15 years. You drink now, you bankrupt, you become bankrupt, right? You become a alcoholic, and you lose everything 15 years from now, 10 years from now. So you enjoy it right now, and the consequences of it, bad consequences of it, comes later. For good habits, what happens? You have to apply yourself, you have to take the pain right now, and the pleasure will come afterwards. If you read a book now and continue to read books every month, right, you will get promotion, increment, your knowledge will increase after 4 5 years, right? You can't read just one book and become a CEO of the company, right? If that's the comparison. Okay, you have, if you want to become rich, you have to start saving your money right now, and it will be a slow process. You will not enjoy it today, but you will enjoy the consequences later. If a teenager cracks the exam, right, any very competitive exams, right, he will have to study now, and he will reap the benefits later, so it becomes difficult. However, for bad habits, you enjoy now and you face the consequences later. Okay, so let's move. You should attend my session on power of habits. It explains you more. Now, unconscious mind cannot differentiate between reality and imagination. This we have already seen in one of the examples. What was this example? If anyone remembers, you can write on the chat box or you can unmute and tell me. Unconscious mind cannot differentiate between reality and imagination. Can you repeat the example for me? Movies, thank you very much. You are right there. Now, what happens? How does our mind work? Very important. So, we are receiving information from our senses. It reaches our conscious mind. Now, because our conscious mind is very small, it is going to filter the information. It is not going to take the entire information as it is. And only some information will go in our unconscious mind, which will be used for later purpose, right? Like when you work on a computer. So right now you made a letter. This letter is a letter of appointment and you store it. So tomorrow you appoint a new candidate, You just change the name, designation, and pay scale. Rest of the terms and conditions, if they are same, you can just use the same letter again and again, right? Similarly, our conscious mind will receive the information and store the information in the unconscious mind for future reference. Once the information goes in the unconscious mind, it cannot be changed by conscious mind, right? We have to remember, it's like you have prepared a letter of appointment, you have stored it in your computer. Now you don't have authority to delete it. It will remain it as long as the system is working, as long as the system is alive, right? For example, you can see this picture, right? Now observe this picture carefully for 1 minute. I'm going to keep quiet for 1 minute. Observe this picture carefully, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, simple questions, or based on this image. Okay, ready? So 1 minute. So now see, 1 minute will sound very long. Okay. So now I have stopped sharing the screen. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, right? You have to just tell me yes or no, true or false, that kind of simple questions I will ask, right? There were 5 ducklings in the picture. True or false? Okay. Yes. Yes will also do. Y and N will also do. Yes or no? So great. What is T? Yeah. Okay. True. Okay. I got it. Thank you. Okay. There was one small girl in the picture. Yes or no?
Yes, one gun.
Great. Okay. There were 2 frogs in the picture.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. There were 2 ladybug, right? That red bug with black dots. There were 2 in the picture.
yes,
There were 2 deers in the picture.
yes,
The girl was alone. The girl was scared.
yes,
The girl had lost her way home. There were 2 trees in the picture. So let's see the picture again. So incidentally, the if you understood the objective of the activity, See, there is huge amount of information. There are so many things in this movie, this picture, and there are so many colors, so many objects, so many things in this picture. In 1 minute, you cannot remember everything. So there are actually two frogs in the picture. Somebody said the girl is. I asked, the girl is scared. Some of you said yes, some of you said no, some of you said can't see. Now, how will you know from this picture whether the girl is happy or sad or whatever, or she is neutral? How will we know? Is there any way to know? I will just open the chat box and check as well. Expressions, yeah, but yeah, right. So, body language, yeah. However, very difficult from this clip to understand from the body language how the girl is feeling. However, somebody said yes, she is scared. Some of you agreed to it. Why? Because for you, if the girl is alone, means she may be sad. She can be sad. For some, if the girl is alone, doesn't mean that she has to be sad or scared. So same information we are receiving, huge amount of information we are receiving, but only a small part of information we have received. Rest we have filtered it out. We don't remember all the information, right? Very little information we remember from this. In the same way, this is how our unconscious mind and conscious mind works. Most of the information will be deleted, will be removed, and only small portion of that information will be processed by our conscious mind and stored in our unconscious, right? Now, I give you one example, easier example. Now, what do you see in this image? You can use the chat box or you can unmute and tell me. A triangle, thank you very much. Only a triangle. Kiwis. So we can see the slice of kiwis here. So think about kiwis and you will remember how kiwi tastes actually. Right. You think about kiwi. Do you remember the taste of the kiwi? Why do you remember the taste of the kiwi now? Why do you remember the taste of the kiwi now? Because it is stored in our memory. Thank you very much. You are recalling the information like I spoke about conscious and unconscious mind. So this kiwi slices, as soon as you see, you can recollect the taste of the kiwi. So your unconscious mind, your conscious mind has gone into your unconscious mind to check for the information after seeing this image. Yeah, and unconscious mind doesn't know whether it is real or imaginary. So whatever is there, it will go, conscious mind will go check for the information. This is what it received. Okay, so this is the kiwi, this is how it tastes. Now we can see a triangle also. Does the triangle really exist? So I get a response no. So we all know that that triangle doesn't exist, but still we see that triangle. Why do we see that triangle even when it doesn't exist? So the shape is stored in our memory. So you're right there. So this shape is stored in our memory, right? This shape is stored in our memory. So our conscious mind goes to check for the information, and this is what it receives from the unconscious mind, and this is what is brought to you. So we saw the picture last time. You saw a lot of things. Most of you answered correctly because our conscious mind has seen the picture. Very little information it has taken. Rest of the information it has deleted. Right. If I ask you where there was a butterfly, what was the color of the butterfly? Will you remember? There was also a dragonfly. Do you remember? What was the color of the dragonfly? So there was huge amount. There were other flowers also. Do you recollect what other flowers were there? Color of those flowers? How many kinds of flowers were there in that picture? How many kinds of flowers were there? Only 3. Many, right? So we don't know the exact number because our conscious mind has deleted all the information. It cannot remember in 1 minute what all it will remember, what all it will process. So it has processed what it thought was significant, important, and rest it has removed it. Right? We don't remember. Right? We saw the image just a couple of seconds before. What our conscious mind does is filter the information, take the information which is important, store it in our unconscious mind for future reference. We have to remember one important thing, that whatever information has been stored by conscious mind cannot be removed by conscious mind. It is very difficult for conscious mind to remove the information once it has stored it. Right? In a computer, you have authority to go and delete whatever you have stored in the hard disk or the memory. But in our lives, we don't have authority. Conscious mind doesn't have authority to go and delete the information.